Hello everyone, welcome to Pandas. So today we'll be working with your real data. So till now we learned that in a previous session how we are working with series and data frame. So now the same way how we are working with the series data frame, now we'll be doing all the manipulations, all the things which is already created the data frame series, and that particular real-time data where we'll be using here, we'll be reading here, and we'll do operations, how we have to do, how we have to manipulate it, how we have to clean it. So let's start on that. So first thing we have to go with the importing part. So we'll start with import pandas as pd. So that is enough for now because we're not creating any data frames, or we're not creating, we just read the things. So to reading that, we just use to store it theta equals to pd dot read csv file. We already see that how we have to go into read csv. Inside that we are putting the values which one we are using. So for now I'll show you which one we are using here. We are using here the students one, where we are just using the things where we are having the student performance. So go to the properties, just take the proper name, because if you give any wrong name in the .csv file, it will be not fetching the values properly. So just paste it, and whenever you paste it, you have to give the .csv, the extension, because if you won't give, it will not read it. So the reading is done. We just see once. So go with data. We can see that. So here the one thing, whenever we use this thing, no need to use print also. If you use this particular variable name, it gives the outputs. Now this is the one new thing I just told you to you people. You can consider, you can use it for the further. So this is how we are reading the file. We observe that when you read the file, we are having a gender, race, ethnicity, parental level of education, lunch, test preparation course, math, score, your reading score, writing score. So there is a 1000 rows and 8 columns. Total we have 1000 row and a 8 column. Let's move to the things, the other things. So I just want to see that the starting things, like starting values. So where data dot head. So when we use data dot head method, so when you use this, it will be going always to the head, starting the 5 values, it display that. But I want to see the 10 values starting. So how you'll be going data dot head, and inside that option you have to moving towards to give you that data dot head, and then inside that just give the 10 values, or how many values you want. Suppose I need a 10, so I just got the 10 values, 0 to 10. So this is how you can use how many things you want to see that particular operation you use it. Now you want to see that which data types we use for the all the columns. So for that we use a method called d type. So for with data, data is nothing but your database which you store in the name of the data dot d types. So when you go with d types, you'll get that gender is object, race and ethnicity is object, your level of education is object, lunch is object, your test preparation course is object, math score, this is integer 64, writing score, this is integer 64, d type object, integer 64. So this is how it will be giving you the things where you use a d types. You get to know that whatever the real data type is you are using, how it will be and what is the purpose on that. Now I want to see what is the information, like info of that particular my. So we'll see, want to see the information of that particular database, what we use as a real time. So go and see that data dot info, and then we just run this. So yeah, data is not different. Okay, we have to run this. We just want to run once again because it's not run that particular time. So just move to this. Now you'll get that. So this is what the information what we use the real-time database, your gender, your ethnicity, your lunch, test preparation. So this is how you can use the things where you can observe that what particular things we want to observe it. Now suppose I want to do the manipulation on that, like the genders, I want to do the manipulation. So suppose I'm giving here the name of that to save it in a suppose sex, and then we are going with the data because just a minute, sex equals to data, that is my the database, because we have to whatever the things we want to work on the database, and now we want to going toward to see that what that is my gender. So gender, I just want to see that particular thing, so I just run this, and now I just want to see that, so I'll just run this. Yeah, so this is how we can observe that whatever the things are there, flow data type, whatever the things are going on, what type of things are there. Now we can use the type operation, which type of things we are using here. So go with the type operation, so we call type, And inside the type we are having the database name data, where we store that particular data, and then inside that I'm just giving the gender of that. You have an option called whatever the things we are having in that, can use it. See, pandas.code.series. So this is what a series, because I'm taking just particular one, not full table, 1D. So this is the reason how we are using the series. It's inbuilt series are there when you use the real time. So there we can get to know that, okay, this is the series. Now if I want to see the shape of that, so how we are doing that, going with data, and then the gender, like whatever the gender, we are using the first thing, so gender. And then when you want to see the shape, you just go with the shape method, shape. So you can run that 1000, right? Because after that there is another things are there. So till now I'm working only the things. Now suppose I'm just want a math score, so you can use, now you can use a math score also. When you run, you'll get that. So this is what the series. Now suppose we want to see that the 2D means your data frame. Till now we see, observe that how we are working with the real data with the series. Now move to the data frame. Just now we're seeing the two data frames, how we have to go. So we'll go with the gender and your lunch. So suppose I'm just giving that sex, and 1 minute, yeah, name I'm just giving sex, and just go with lunch, because these two we have to use from the data set. So data inside that, the two thing we wanted, the first one is your gender, the name. Don't give the proper name. If you won't give the proper name, it will be, we are facing some issues. The next one we are taking the, it will be the lunch, so take that lunch as well. So if you do a little bit mistake on that, it will be not fetching the things. So I just take it. So I just want to run this data frame. So when you run this one, it's run properly. Now just want to see how it's look. So we just want to run this. After that, we are moving to just see, keep the print. So sex and lunch and UNCH lunch. So you can observe that your gender and lunch will be there. So this is, and now if you want to see the type, because that is the main motive, right? To see the type. So we'll just go with to see the type, what type it will be, type, then data, because your data set, that is your data. Inside the data is what is there, the first one is your gender, and then when the gender done, then you have a lunch and UNCH lunch. So we just want to observe that what it will be, and your, yeah, gender, and then it's a lunch. Just close it, you just, we just close that, and then it's just move to this. You can observe that pandas.code.data frame. So this is how you have to use it. And suppose we want to do the same thing in a shape wise, what is the shape on that? So take this one, I just want to take this particular areas, like to see the shape on that. You can take this and you can give the shape on that. Just use with the shape method and just run. Yeah, 1000 into 2. So this will be the shape of all those things. So this is how you have to use the real-time database to work on series and data frame.